Hey everyone, welcome back to ARTV. My name is John and it's time for this week's episode of 7 on Sunday. What are we going to be doing this time? Well, we're going to be blaming it on our youth. Yes indeed, I'm going back to my teenage years, the most formative years of my life when I started discovering music of my own that I really enjoyed listening to. These are 7 terrible songs from my youth that I used to actually like and enjoy. And if you actually do like anything on the list, don't take it too seriously. This is just me having a goof and a laugh on my own self for just taking these songs so seriously back then. We all went through those phases and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, you should feel no shame at all because we all have our regret tracks. These are 7 of mine. I do hope that you enjoy the video. If you do, then please give this video a like. Help like bomb this video because it tells YouTube to push it out to the subscribers to the recommended feed. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
I'm sorry I'm bad, I'm sorry I'm Bill, I'm sorry about all the things I said to you.
The first regret song to discuss today is Sorry by BUCKCHERRY. BUCKCHERRY were a hard rock band. In fact, they still are, although the majority of the original lineup is gone at this point. It's mainly just singer Josh Todd. But the album 15 that came out in 2005 was huge for them somehow, on the back of singles like Crazy Bitch, Everything, and my regret song here, the terrible song from my youth, Sorry. It's the most unenthusiastic and also non-specific generic apology track that came out of the 2000s in my humble opinion. This song doesn't get into any details. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm bad. I'm sorry about all the things I did to you, and I'm like, well, what did you do? And instead of explaining, the rest of the song is just like, I'm sorry. That's a personal gripe of mine, and I understand that pop-leaning music or else something that's meant to be played on mainstream radio tries to play it safe so that it can appeal to as many crowds as possible, but this was BUCKCHERRY, and it's just crazy to me how the adult contemporary crowd swooned so hard for this track, and they still do. In fact, they still perform it live, and it sounds so damn bad, but the crowd acts like an angel is up on stage singing.
Sorry I'm bad, I'm sorry I'm blue, I'm sorry about all the things said to you.
I'm just gonna take that one and put it in my back pocket because that one needs to be buried and take the L and just stay with the mid-2000s.
I'm big and black, clickety clack, and I make the train jump the track like that.
I played chicken with the train, played chicken with the train.
You'd probably be none the wiser if I didn't tell you, but I grew up speaking with a very country accent and listening to country music all of the time, thanks to my parents, because that's mainly what they allowed me to listen to outside of Christian or something classical. And this track at number 6 is by Cowboy Troy, a self-proclaimed hick-hop artist. Oh, I can't even say it without cringing. Hick-hop. Cowboy Troy's hick-hop was his brand of country hip-hop, and it's wild to me that that came so many years before we got another black cowboy in the mainstream that was Lil Nas X with Old Town Road setting records left and right, of course. But before that came I Play Chicken with the Train. The country duo superstars themselves, Big and Rich, appear on the chorus for this one, and they had their hit songs like Holy Water and Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, which I definitely jammed out to hard back in the day, but also alongside those, we had I Play Chicken with the Train, where Cowboy Troy raps like he's got a fiddle on fire under his feet the entire time. Fortunately, this was never a song that I would say that I was in love with. Just like a lot of the songs on this list, they were songs that I liked, but they were never favorites of mine. I quickly distanced myself from this one by the time I hit like 16 years old because I looked at it and I was like, wow, this sounds like something that drunk rednecks at a bonfire would love.
She likes to shake her ass, she climbs it to the beach, she likes to pull my hair when I make her grind her teeth, I like to strip her down.
I don't have too many crazy goals in life, but I have gotten ambitious when it comes to always wanting to be able to replicate the theory of the DEADMAN singer when he says, and she likes to shake her ass. How do you get that much vocal inflection there? Ass, 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 ass. I'll never be as good as him. Why do I even try? Bad Girlfriend clocks in at number 5, punching all of the cliche clocks along the way. Theory of a Deadman were the proteges of Nickelback. And if that tells you anything right there, it probably should be a red warning light that's going off abruptly in your ear. Bad Girlfriend in particular was one of the tracks that shot them into the mainstream in a very large way. Of course, they had other songs from Scars and Souvenirs that were just intolerable, but I always felt like such a badass, such a rebel when I would listen to this song, because it's like, oh my god, he's talking about how he's a dick magnet and he says ass a lot, and there's like a stripper in the music video. He's talking about all these things that me, this little Christian schoolboy boy, shouldn't be listening to. I don't know why I said boy twice. To all you dudes out there that want to believe that your girlfriend is a hot stripper that is a dick magnet but only attracted to your dick, then this is your anthem right here. Other than that, please excuse the late 2000s here and just hide this one somewhere. We've already talked about dicks a whole lot in this episode, but did you know that I'm a dick? Addicted to you. Oh, the sweet bliss of hearing those words. Sing to me, Pierre. Tell me how you're a dick. Addicted to you. Simple Plan were blowing the hell up during my childhood. Like 02 to 07, they were inescapable. They were the most popular band, but they were also like one of the most generic on the market. If you enjoyed pop punk music, you probably had a soft spot for them at some point, especially if you grew up in that time period. But going back to Simple Plan's music really shows how many flaws there were to begin with. The songwriting is even more razor thin than a lot of what we got in the genre at that time, and the musical stylings here, they're just always almost the same thing over and over again, packaged up with a neat new little ribbon, and it's like, oh, this is a different one. Shut up, I don't want to listen to you. I would do anything, and I'm crazy. All of these songs, and then of course, how could this happen to me? Maybe they're just my regret band, but I had to go with this song just because of how horrible the lyrics are.
For my bunghole, and it's cool if you let one go. Nobody's gonna know who'd hear it. Give a little poot poot, it's okay.
Eminem is still one of my favorite rappers and an artist that I enjoy very much even in my adult years, but one song that is painstakingly aged poorly is Just Lose It from Encore, probably his worst album that came out in 2004. Just Lose It is equipped with fart sounds and also jokes about pedophilia, which have not aged well. I know that they are jokes, but they're just really in poor taste. They were never great to begin with. They're really just uninspired, just low-hanging fruit, and Eminem's bars and his overall accent and style that he was trying to put on during that era, it's hard to listen to. I know that he regrets it some at this point, and he's talked about it on the record, but Just Lose It is one of those songs that I knew every single word to. I thought I was the next Slim Shady in training, but in reality, after all these years, this is a song that I just don't want to associate with. I can't even look everyone in the eye right now. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed. I'm not proud of this. BROKNCYDE came from the MySpace era. I'm kind of from the MySpace era, and I rocked out to some of their tunes, unironically, even back then. Okay, I can be upfront with this one and say that I never thought that they were good, but I just kind of let loose to their stuff. I never had them publicly displayed on my MySpace page or sharing them on Facebook or talking about them on YouTube or anything, because even back then I knew that they were something that would be frowned upon. A lot of people hated them, and within like 6 months, I would say, I completely got over it, and I was like, what am I thinking? And I realized years later what I liked about them was the energetic, electronic, dancey beats that they had behind the screaming, because I never cared for the screaming. And I looked at my iTunes and I realized that I had like the instrumentals downloaded. In fact, I used one of the instrumentals in 2010 to make a really cringy rap song about Santa.
What's up, people? Santa's in the hood. Bring in your presents, that is, if you've been good.
At least we can rest easy over a decade later here in 2019, knowing that BROKNCYDE are a thing of the past. Wait, what's this? They're They're still together? BROKNCYDE are still making new music? They're still performing live? They're still not a fan, but the kids still like it? Well, what have we done, America? We've allowed BROKNCYDE to have enough fans to continue on and make a career for themselves in 2019. It's sad, but it is what it is.
It's easy as 1, 2. There's only one thing to do. 3 words for you. I love you.
Easily stealing the top spot on my list of 7 terrible songs from my youth is 1, 2, 3, 4 by the Plain White T's. You probably know them as the Hey There Delilah guys that are wondering what you're up to in New York City, but do you remember their other hit song? One of actually a few others, 1, 2, 3, 4, that plays every single damn time that I walk into a Walmart. Every time that I think I've escaped this song, I walk in, or else I'm about to walk out, I'm checking out at the self-checkout because I don't want to interact with people at Walmart, and I'm grabbing my groceries, and then I hear the 1, 2, 3, 4, make me feel better. I hate that I know as many words to this song as I do, but I do. It's the most lazy rhyme scheme and playing out style of listing out numbers. There's only one word to say those 3 words for you. I absolutely loathe this song. This is to music what Hallmark cards are to holidays. It's just a cheap cash-in trying to get you to buy it or pay for it or send it to someone because they're like, oh, I'm thinking of you. And then if you're actually on the receiving end of it, you're like, oh, okay. Thanks. Well, I can see right through this one. The Plain White T's were definitely a phase for me, and I'm embarrassed to say that I ever enjoyed this song at all. I still don't think Hey There Delilah is the worst thing ever, and they had other hits like Rhythm of Love that aren't that bad, but 1, 2, 3, 4 can rot in hell. How do my regret songs from my childhood stack up to yours? Let me know in the comments section down below. I really feel like I'm getting old and I've put enough distance between these songs that I can actually talk about them. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please smash that like button and subscribe for the love of music. Or I guess in this case, for the hate of older cringy music from our childhoods. I really appreciate you watching. If you're able to support the channel on Patreon, then hit the link in the corner of the screen or else the top link down below. It helps videos like this keep coming on both of my channels each and every week. Other than that, catch last week's episode here, another one here, and I'll see you soon right here on ARTV.